it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today we are back in my memory planner, and I'm going to be planning for the week of Thanksgiving. This was a fairly recent week. I'm just going to be jumping all around in here while I try and catch up and close out the year, but I was just really excited to plan for this week. If you don't know, Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. We had such a great time, and I have this amazing Friendsgiving kit with lots of add-ons from Scribble Prints Co. If you don't know, I am also on her affiliate team, so I do have a discount code crafty10 that you can use. I'll put it across the screen as well, and that saves you 10%, and I do receive a small commission if you shop with that coupon code. So here are the gorgeous full boxes. I absolutely love that scene and will definitely be using it. There's actually a bunch of scenes in here, so we shall see what I'm gonna do. I plan to go all out with foil as well for this spread. Lots and lots of good gold foil. This is the ultimate kit. You've got a food scene over there, though to be honest, I'm not the hugest fan of like food scenes. I feel like you kind of need it for Thanksgiving, but I may just stick with that one hands one. Tons of little things, which I love. You have the solid color functional page, the pattern functional page, this little game one, and the split washi and the date cover. So that is the kit. The freebie that it came with was this tall box fashion add-on, and then I did purchase the Thanksgiving extra full boxes because I really liked like the little one and the little sweater scene and everything. So I've got that as well. And this one says Thanksgiving instead of Friendsgiving. I'm using this for regular Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna pull out these pages and jump in. Jump right in. I started, of course, with the full box placement, and the first thing that I wanted to do was figure out where I was gonna put that scene. I decided to put it on the Thursday, Friday, which is not a place I usually put a double box scene, but just because that was the day of our Thanksgiving on Thursday, but we also had a second Thanksgiving dinner on Friday, so it seemed really appropriate to put that on those days. Honestly, we had events, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but those were the two main days of Thanksgiving. That table with like the hands cheersing on it was just, honestly, it's one of my favorite full boxes I've seen the whole year. I just love that so much. So I definitely wanted to highlight that with a little space of honor. I decided not to use any of the fashion people from this kit. So then I was just kind of trying to figure out on how to make things work. I ultimately went with the games one on Sunday. I had a big struggle about the Sunday one because I didn't think like the red in the Uno box exactly matched with the kit super well. It's very red. On camera it looks totally fine, but in person it's just a very bright red. But ultimately that box matched better with the vibes of the day, which were just like, don't speak to anyone, don't see anyone, sit, chill, unwind. We had, I think, like less than 30, but more than 25 people for Thanksgiving this year. It was a little bit smaller than last year, but it did really feel very intense. There was just like a lot of juggling, a lot going on. This also was the beginning of just what I will call the epic marathon of unhealthy children that has just absolutely consumed my life in like the past month or so and is still ongoing. Literally had to take a little one to the doctor this morning. So like it's just been really never ending, and that's also just been incredibly stressful. We had a really nice Thanksgiving, and it did feel super organized. I was able to get everything done and everything turned out amazing, and we had a really nice time. But yeah, it did feel like a lot of work, and somehow I feel like this year it felt like more work than last year, even though we were cooking for more people last year. And I feel like last year was my first time ever doing a hosting event that large and that complicated. We've definitely had like other parties that are that large before, but those have been like pizza and cooking parties, not like all cooking parties. For whatever reason, this one just definitely felt like a little bit more work, but totally worth it. I absolutely love Thanksgiving. I think that the reason it probably felt like more work is because the kids were mostly home from school this week because of how sick they were. We were still able to have Thanksgiving. My son had like pink eye before. He was on the medicine for long enough for it to clear. And then immediately after this, our baby, the little one who's like 2.5, got some kind of flu-like thing. We didn't get her tested for the flu, but like she the flu or RSV or whatever it was. We did test for COVID, so it was not that, but just was so sick. And it was honestly, this has been the sickest she's ever been. And then the poor thing followed it up with an ear infection and then followed that up with, it turns out that she's allergic to penicillin. Everything is fine now. We're hopefully winding this down, although I don't even know because there's still a few more months of cold and flu season. But this season has just been absolutely brutal. By far the worst illness season that I've ever experienced as a parent. And from talking to like other friends and stuff, I think that's true for a lot of people. But anyway, that's not why we're here today. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in an upbeat mood today, so we can focus on the joy that was Thanksgiving. It was so nice to see cousins, some people that we don't get to see super often who did come in, or some even that live close. And I would really like in the coming year to make more of an effort to see some of our extended family that lives close by. I think that's really nice. We've got I have a cousin in the area. Her kids are not the same age as mine. They're teenagers, but the kids really enjoy playing with them. Not sure the teenagers would agree, but they were very indulgent of our children. So that's really nice. I also got to see friends this weekend. In addition to hosting Thanksgiving, we also hosted a brunch on Saturday for my core group of girlfriends from high school who I'm still very close with. It's funny because I know a lot of people end up more close to their college friends than their high school friends, but I've actually really fallen out of touch with almost everyone that I've gone to college with, and I'm still very close with my core group of friends from high school, and a lot of them live in this area, which we live really close to where I went to high school. We live in the same county, not in the same school district or anything, but in the same general area, and a lot of my other friends do, and the ones that don't are honestly just in New York, so super close by as well. We only have one girlfriend from the group who's moved completely far away, and she does live across the country, but she was home and I got to see her, so that was really nice. On Monday, we just started off as kind of a regular week with some prep work, cooking going on in the background. I still had my regular work. And then also this was the Monday where I got called to pick up my son from school because his eye was disgusting, basically, and we hadn't noticed it. It hadn't been that bad in the morning, but it started to get progressively worse throughout the day. So they called me. And I took him home on Friday, and we just picked up the baby as well since she was just going to be napping then. So they didn't end up going back to school he ended up going back to school after Thanksgiving. The baby didn't end up going back to school for honestly 10 days after this. So she got a really long poor break, the poor thing. But anyway, other than that, we were just hanging out. We were also watching some TV this week, and I read actually 2 books this week. It's definitely a major stress coping mechanism for me. Honestly, I have been reading so much lately again, and I will try and remember some of the books that I read. This week I finished The Sea of Tranquility, which is a science fiction book, and it was phenomenal, a 5-star read for me. I absolutely love this. It's by the same person who wrote Station 11, which was one of my favorite TV shows last year and also a really good book. I actually like this book better than Station 11. I just thought it was so good. It's also a really quick read. Fantastic. And then the other book that I read, which was called Maybe in Another Life, which I did also really like. I did not like the ending. I found it a little bit too cheesy for my taste, but that's a sliding doors type situation, one small decision, the 2 different ways your life goes. And as a trope, I just absolutely love that. I think it's phenomenal. I love the movie Sliding Doors. I haven't seen it in a really long time, so I have no idea if it holds up, but I did really enjoy this. I just thought the ending was just I don't know. It was just a little bit too much of a happy ending for me, if there's such a thing. Anyway, on the rest of this week, it's all more of the same. Basically, just getting the house ready, prepping things, finishing up with the work, trying to rein in the kid chaos, just kind of I said, I think I say at the end of this video, this wasn't an action-oriented week. It was a very thoughts and feelings week. I basically spent this entire week cooking, and that was fun. We made 2 turkeys, one in the oven, the traditional way that I do every single year, and we also smoked one. This was the second year that we do that. If you are newish to my channel or you weren't here over the summer, we love to smoke things. It was something we brought back with us from Texas. We are both from Pennsylvania, but we love barbecue, and we loved barbecue when we lived in Texas. So when we moved back here, we bought a egg grill, a charcoal grill. It's a knockoff one of the green egg, not that expensive because we weren't sure how we would like it. And we use it all of the time. Pretty much anytime if the weather is relatively nice and we're home on the weekends, we smoke something in the smoker and just absolutely love it. We do briskets a lot, which we also did for Thanksgiving, and we did beef ribs. This year, we went all out. It was kind of crazy. My husband was like up all night Wednesday night with the smoker because you do have to baby it a little bit. And we have like this whole electronic monitoring system. So if the grill's behaving, you can sleep through. But if it's not, which unfortunately it wasn't, but my husband handles that. I do all of like the trimming, prepping, and seasoning. And then my husband takes over and does the grilling. But that does help, and then I could focus on the sides. On Wednesday, I pretty much cooked all day. My husband was like babysitting the grill and also watching our kids, who 2 of them were home from school, and the 3rd one had a half day anyways. And I was just absolutely exhausted. We got pizza that night for dinner, and then we watched the season finale of Andor, which came out that day. And usually I would wait, just given Thanksgiving, but I absolutely could not wait. Honestly, Andor has been one of my favorite shows of the whole year, and I can't believe I'm saying that because I am like really not a Star Wars person. You do not need to be a Star Wars fan to enjoy this show. It is seriously just so excellent. Like the storytelling, the acting, everything. I just absolutely love it. So yeah, that was really enjoyable. Then Thursday was Thanksgiving. So I decided to start by doing a little family scene thing here with my Fox and Pip people. I love these. I don't use them super often, but I do have these and I have some left. So, you know, whenever we have like a day where I know I'm not going to need all of the space and I just want to like connotate family time, I went ahead and do that. Although like I guess my baby is 2.5, so I'm not really sure that little baby one applies anymore, but gonna use them up. And then I just marked that it was Thanksgiving and then just kind of left some like little space. The whole day was dedicated to Thanksgiving. We set up the house, we set up the tent and the heater outside. We finished cooking everything, finished getting everything ready, forgot to serve the rolls 2nd year in a row, and just had a really nice night. Lots of fun with our family, our widely extended family on both sides of the family. That's one of my favorite things about hosting is you don't have to choose sides. You can invite them both, and that's what we do. And it's really amazing. And then that night I just like got into bed and read and relaxed and went to bed super, super early. We all slept in on Friday. Even the kids cooperated with that. And now by sleeping in, I mean like 7:30, but like, you know, still fantastic. Then my childhood best friend who came over with her family and we got the kids together. They were playing. They like love to play this weird game up. We have like this little secret closet and they just like played in there the whole time and had a blast. And I got to hang out with my friend and, you know, the husband and my husband and whatever. And we had lunch together and it was a super fun time. And I really like her husband. I didn't mean it to sound like I don't. We get along with them very well. And she's still my absolute best friend. So anyway, that was what was going on Friday. And then that night we took all of the leftovers over to my dad's house for what we like to call Thanksgiving 2, which is like a mainstay from when my parents like in the early days of my parents' divorce, like when I was a child, and we used to just do a second Thanksgiving on the second night. Now my parents would call themselves each other's best friend, even though they've been divorced for decades at this point, and we do Thanksgiving all together, but we still have Thanksgiving too. And some of my aunt and uncle's friends actually came to, and my parents' friends came to that too. And it was just really fun and really nice to see everyone. And when I am with my parents' friends, I swear the only thing anyone ever comments on is the fact that I have 3 kids, and it's just like, wow, you have a lot of kids. But I don't really feel like it's that many, but I guess it is. I don't know. I guess anything more than 2 seems like a lot of kids. But anyway, then on Saturday, we had the big brunch for my high school friends and their families, and that was also really fun and just like really great to see everyone and just hang out and just a really nice time. And then after that, I was just honestly just dead to the world. I don't remember Sunday at all. The baby got really sick. I do know that. And that's when she started to really not feel well. But I just like, we did nothing all day. Watched movies, read books, hung out, stared off into space, just tried to recuperate from that insanely busy weekend. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about my Thanksgiving. I feel like I've already talked about it a lot. But if you have any questions, you can obviously let me know. I am just finishing up with a last little bit of foil here. And then that's it. Okay, that is everything all finished up. I super love how this spread came together. Let me show you what I have left from the kit. It's obviously quite a bit since this is an SPC Ultimate kit. I only used one little thing for this week. I don't even remember when, if ever, that's ever happened. I usually love stuff in that size, but this was like more of a journaling type week than a memory spread type week. Not a lot of concrete events happened, but there was lots of like thoughts and feelings, which I've honestly taken care of in in other spaces other than this, but it's still really fun to put together the stickering spread. I didn't even use this page at all. Oh, I have one sticker off of it. But yeah, just a super, super fun week. Such a special holiday, my absolute favorite holiday. And I'm really glad that I got this spread done. I hope you also enjoyed getting to see this. Definitely let me know in the comments down below and like this video if you did. Stay tuned and come back tomorrow because it's PLANMAS. We are rolling along and I still have more to come. In the meantime, you can subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at MyCraftyPlans for even more planner fun, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye!